Hi, welcome back to my channel. Angela here. If you like what you see today, please share and like and subscribe. My channel. Today, Angela here. If you like what you see today, please share and like and subscribe. Today, I thought we'll play around with the 12 by 12 jelly plate. And we're going to try mixing some colors. I've got some prints I want to add to, and other prints are just runoff sheets that I thought we could play around with. We'll use some stencils. Right now we are starting with the bright aqua green. Let's see what happens when we mix it with a little iridescent gold. I am not good with mixing colors, so I'm not sure what this is going to come out, but we're going to mix it right on the plate. And it made it a little different. Let's add a little more gold to see what we get. Okay, I like that. That's an interesting color. We'll go with it. Now I still have some gunk on my plate from the last time, which is perfectly acceptable. Got my runoff sheets here. Let's pull out a joggle stencil. I don't remember what this one's called, but we are going to apply it on this print I did the other day, this black on sheet. Put it down. We can turn our little fan on. Rubbing to get in all the little spaces. Do a little peek, see how we're picking up. Today's experiment is color mixing. Something I'm not good at. I've never had any professional training. Didn't even take art in high school. Just did the requirements as far as art went. Oh, I like how that came out. I don't know if you can see it. The camera's picking up how pretty that came out. But it's definitely more creative than it was before. Before it lacked something, now it's got. And we're gonna pull this. And you can take your stencil that you just used. You can set it on another part of your paper and roll over it, try to get some of that paint off there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't know if you can tell, but we did pick up a little bit of the paint. We're also trying out my new lighting and system today. All right, for this one, I think we'll pick it up. We'll try some metallic purple. And let's mix that with some iridescent silver. See what this does. Again, just experimenting. Okay, so I like that. We got this nice silvery purple. We'll pick that up on a clean piece of tissue paper. And I got this piece from another jelly printing session that we'll use to pick up the other side. use my homemade Baron to go through and smooth that on there. Don't worry about wrinkles. As long as they're not on your face, they don't matter. Let's take a peek. Nope, not quite all ready to pick up yet. Let me turn my fan back on. Get this all going. You can use your hands. Anything with a even flat surface really that you can give it a good rub down with will work. I don't know if the camera's picking up the shine, but we got this nice shiny metallic purple going on. Okay, let's see how this came out. Okay, we picked up a bit of it. It's like got some interesting qualities to it. Now let's see here. What colors can we try mixing? Let's mix some turquoise blue. With some gold. Let's do quite a bit of gold. See what that gives us. See, it's just giving us slight variations. You know, how much gold you add determines how much you change your turquoise blue. Okay, let's see here. Let's just pick this up on a piece of plain paper. We'll use this as a background. Try to get the wrinkles out of it. And we'll come back in with this and go right over part of our purple. See how they come out? I mean, there's nothing you can really have to worry about. I mean, it's just paint and paper. What could go wrong? If you don't like it, throw another color on. Try to change it, mix it up a bit. Okay, see, we ended up with some nice little turquoise here. Now I'm going to throw this on this side. Clean my brayer off on my brayer off sheet. Now we still have a lot of that blue left on the plate, which is fine. It'll make interesting for our next print. Let's pull those both off. We'll go back to those in a second. What did we do? We did purple and silver. Let's do the metallic purple and gold. Don't know how this is gonna go, but we're about to find out. And let's try that much, see how that goes. That's quite an interesting color. I'll shut that off. We got spots where the purple didn't totally mix, where the blue from the plates coming through. Perfectly fine. Let's grab another stencil here. I already used that stencil. I put these stencils in a thing because they were getting all tangled. And we'll throw a stencil on this side. Maybe some rubber bands to give us another look. up right over top of this print I already did. See how that turns out. If we don't like it, we can always go over it with something else. Find little interesting parts in it. Use it as collage. Be sure to rub. For stencils, I tend to use my fingers so I can get in all the little nooks and crannies in these stencils. Smush around my rubber bands, trying to pick up as much paint. Take a little peek every now and then, see if you want to remove more of the paint. As long as you don't move your stencil or move your paper from the stencil completely, you can get it. You can pick up and take a peek to see how it's coming off the plate. Okay, now we're going to pull this. I think this print might need something light to go over it to brighten it up a little, but we'll leave that for now. Now we're going to pull our stencils and our rubber bands. Now remember, you can take those again. Let me move my... and try to get as much paint out of those stencils as you can. See, some came off. We ended up with some on our print. I think for this thing, we will pick it up with a bright aqua green. So let's put some paint down. This one we won't mix, we'll just leave this the color. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe, share with a friend, help grow the channel. But remember, the most important thing you do with this is have fun. You're going to pick this up with a clean piece of tissue paper. Yeah, stuck together. This is just wet string tissue paper. It's hobby tissue paper bought in the hobby section at Walmart. 97 cents. Can't beat that. Oops, I messed up this over here, so I'm just going to rebrayer there. And we're going to pick up this on my brayer, on an old brayer off sheet. Again, don't worry about the wrinkles. The wrinkles make an interesting design. I hope my angles and stuff are better. I hope the new stuff is working well. Better lighting, better camera stand. All again, thanks to Amazon. I tend to go to Amazon a lot for things. Hey, I don't have to go to a store. They got a good variety. You'd think I worked for Amazon, trying to push them here. Okay, didn't quite pick it all up, so we're just gonna flip that, put it down. Use our little Baron to smooth it over. Try to pick up some of the extra paint there. take a peek at this, see how this one's coming. And we didn't really pick up much of anything from our stencil we put down. Our other layer didn't pick up, probably because I didn't leave it long enough. If I had left this dry, we could have picked up more, but experimentation, so we'll know that for next time. That's okay. I think I'll put some gold on and pick this up with some gold. We're going to pick this up right on top of my other one we did. We're going to pick it right up over top. Layers, layers, layers. Experiment with colors, experiment with layers. Just have fun with it. See, now that I waited longer, it picked that up. And I'll hold it up to the camera so hopefully you can see. It did pick up the neat little stencil design. Love it. So let's go with our Baron back in here and smooth that over. We're gonna let this dry for a minute. Use our brayer off sheet to brayer off. Now what color should we experiment with? Maybe we'll try the light olive green with some silver. Don't know what that's gonna do. But I wanna clean as much of the plate. Okay, this kind of came out interesting. I can see lots of purposes for this in collage. Even maybe put a few stamps on it and stuff. We're gonna come back in with the other end of our paper and just try to pick up more of that paint. Might be too dry to pick up, but let's see, we picked up a bit more. Now let's try up at the top, see how much more of it we can pick up. Get some more layers on there. But because I like that grungy look, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna leave that right on the plate. And I'm gonna come in with some of that light olive green. And we're gonna mix that with the silver. Okay, let's see what color this gives us. That made a little difference. Got a bit too much paint on here, so I'm gonna use my brayer off sheet to brayer some off. Hold it over my brayer off sheet. time I think we'll come back in with another one of my stencils. This time we'll put it on this side, and maybe we'll overlap this stencil on this side. Let me move some of my stuff here. Okay, we're gonna leave that just like that. And I think we're gonna come in on this piece and pick up this. And we'll use this piece to pick up this side. Again, we're just experimenting. Smooth that all on. Take a peek. Still have a lot of the green left on there, so I'm gonna turn my paper and smooth that on that end. And we'll grab our other paper here and put that down here. Any tissue paper, you can use tissue paper, deli paper works great to pick up and clean out those stencils further. Let's see how this turned out. Yes, I like that. So let's turn this paper. So we're putting some on the other side of this paper. Trying to line it up as best as possible. Again, using your hands and fingers to work in all those little nooks and crannies to pick up as much paint as you can. Then you can just go through with little sections and pick up more of that paint if you want. You can use like packing tape or masking tape to go through and clean them all if you really want to. You can use that to pick that up. But I don't, because I don't mind a little grunge left. See, now this is still will make an interesting collage piece, and we can continue layering it. But see, the layers are giving us more interest as we go through. And see, we've got, this turned out quite interesting. So now we're gonna pull these. Set our stencils aside. And I think we're gonna pick this up with, let's mix some white. I'm gonna have to open another thing of white here soon, I think. Trying to get every last bit of our white out. We'll mix some white. This is some Amsterdam Cap Mortium Violet. Use a little of that. Since we're experimenting, let's mix a little gold with that. What's it gonna hurt? Guess we'll find out. Oh, that did make a pretty color. I like the way that turned out. So we're gonna smooth this out, spread it out with your brayer. I even like where it didn't completely mix. I like my colors when they don't always mix and you end up with those little variations of color. Okay, I've got this sprayer off sheet. We're just gonna put on part of this. And on the other side, we'll use just a piece of wet strength tissue paper. Got a little leaf stuck to my... This was packing paper. My son ordered a bunch of car parts and they gave him so much packing paper. Unrealistic amount of packing paper. I like half filled the bin with packing paper I cut up. I think we'll leave this just a little longer. Everyone ready for their kids to go back to school. My grandkids go back to school next week and I'm not looking forward to it. I was a stay-home mom and I loved having my kids home. And now it's like with summer, it's great because the grandkids can come over all the time. And my son has most of the summer off as he works for a college, so I'm not usually home alone, but now I'm back to, it's gonna be back to just me and the dogs again. Some people think it's the ideal life. I mean, it's not bad, it just, sometimes it gets boring, but that's what you're for. To entertain me, well, let me entertain you. And hopefully you do find this page entertaining. I really like how this came out. I'll try to hold it up under the camera to see, so you can see, but yeah, that came out quite nice. Now to see how my runoff sheet looks. See, I even like that. I'll have to do something on this side. But okay, so now we'll move on to, what do we want to do? Should we clean the plate? Let's clean the plate. Wash wipes. My best friends, the wash wipes. People have them in their house when they have little kids. I have them in the house because I'm just as messy as a little kid. Today I seem a little neater. My arm, well, nope, they are covered. I was gonna say my arms aren't all, somehow I always end up covered in paint. I have to remember to put on old clothes to come in here, because if not, all my good clothes are stained with paint. Okay, so now let's see here. Let's try some of this light blue. Let's mix some light blue with gold. See how that comes out. And that was quite a bit of gold. Might have overdone it with the gold. Oh no, I like that color. Why go buy fancy colors when you can just experiment and make colors? Got that nice section of blue and gold in the center where we didn't mix it thoroughly. Okay, so let's throw some rubber bands down. Let's put some more rubber bands down on this side. Well, that one's knotted. I like that look. Thought about getting out glitter and experimenting with that, but decided, nah, today's not the day to experiment with glitter, because I know how sloppy I am. I'd spill it or something and have a huge mess to clean up. Okay, so we'll go back to our stencil and put the stencil on the other side. Probably hear my dog barking. Let's use this on this half, our brayer off sheet that we used before. And let's go ahead and put this right over top of this. Didn't even line it up right, but that's okay. And we're gonna pick up that little corner up here with this. Now again, coming in and working with our hands. To get all those little spaces, working around all those rubber bands. Picking up as much paint as you can. Oh, see, I like that. Can you see? That came out really interesting. Interesting. I think I say that too much. Feel free to comment that I say interesting too much. Okay, now let's see. And to think this page just looked horrible to start with, now it's usable because we created a little more interest to it. There goes the word interest again. Okay, now we're going to pull the stencil and pick up our rubber bands. And I'm thinking we're going to try using, that's a little wet on that side, so I might just pick up a little of that paint so it'll dry faster. Not all of it, just some of it. See, if you end up with too much paint and you don't want to wait for it to dry, you can pick it up. It will work out. Okay. I don't have much patience for the waiting game. Let's do the turquoise blue. And let's do quite a bit of gold. Put a lot of gold down there. I don't remember if we already did this combo. You know what? Let's go a little more interesting. Let's throw in a little purple. Just a touch of purple. There. We'll throw in some purple. See what we end up with that. Doesn't seem to have made that big a difference, but we do have a slight variation. Now I have some other papers that I just wasn't thrilled with. Like this was too dark, so let's see what we do with it here. Let's see what we get putting that down here. And I messed up this over here, so let's move that back up. Just a little scrap paper I had other paints on. Let's put that down there. And let's go ahead with the bottom of our paper here. 'Cause we're just having fun. Just a good time at the jelly plate. Take a peek. Nope, not quite ready. Get my bearing. Smooth it on here. You want to see what you're coming up with? I still got the plastic because I just got this. You can pick it up and take a peek to see what you're getting underneath. Smooth this all out. Hopefully you find this channel interesting. If not, feel free to leave a comment on how to improve the channel. Those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much. Your support is greatly appreciated. I never thought, for one, I never thought I'd do YouTube. I'm not a put myself out there kind of person. Then I decided, I was like, there's no way this is going to be difficult. This is going to be the easiest thing. People make a living doing YouTube. So how hard can it be? It was not easy. And those people who go in and edit out all their mistakes and stuff, and I just prefer to do my talking as I go. I mean, I could go through and voice over and stuff, but okay, we picked up that. Now let's take a look and see how this came out. We got lots of shiny gold. And again, we left some on the plate, but as you can see, don't know if you can see all the shine from the gold, but it definitely came out interesting. So now we will take and pick this up with a, let's bring in some, it looks like a bronze. Can't find what it is, but it looks like a dark bronze kind of color. Let's add just a little light blue to see what we get. See what that color gives us. Okay. It's different. Smooth that all on. I should have got out some other stencils, but we'll just stick with these. We'll stick with the ones I got out. Let's put it on this one. And let's start a brayer off sheet. Because why not? Okay, and we'll take this and put this on the end to pick up that little bit at the bottom. Got my squeaky chair. Thought I was gonna get away without it squeaking, but not today. It's gonna squeak. Gonna be my squeaky chair. Remember to get into all those little nooks and crannies in your mask, and your stencils. Okay, let's see what we got here. See if we can keep adding to that, and our brayer off sheet will be usable. Okay, we got some interesting looking stuff there. There I go again with interesting. I keep telling myself, stop saying interesting. But guess what? I keep saying it. Okay, now I think what I'm gonna try is mixing that bronzy color with this CapCut Mortium Violet. See what that gives us. I mean, you can mix it on the side if you want. Okay, let's mix a little of the metallic purple with it, since we're having fun experimenting. Although it was giving us a pretty mauve color, but I hope the camera is picking up the true colors of these, because some of these are quite unique colors. Didn't say interesting, was gonna. We always talk about that. Some people have words they just always say. And I know we always made jokes that my grandmother always said, so that's it. No matter what you said to her, her saying was, so that's it. We'll put this on this. I say you know, and it's like a lot. And apparently I say interesting. Okay, let's review some of the stuff we have printed out so far today. We ended up with this one. And of course, oh, we didn't do that brayer off sheet. We did this brayer off sheet. And this brayer off sheet. And we ended up with this print. And this one. And this one. We seem to do a lot of blue. A lot of bluey green ones. Okay, we got that little strip there that we did. And this one we went over top of something that was already in the center. And I like how the center part turned out. I like that variation of those colors. Came out really nice. So let's take and, I got one I want to lighten up. So let's use some white. Just so you can see which one we're going with. We're going with that one. The one I wanted to make a little lighter. So we're going to add some light blue. Well, let's try the bronze with this. See what we get. It's kind of a grayish, but it's lighter, so lighter's what I was going for. So we'll try that and see if we can brighten up that print. And remember, we still have stuff all over the plate from the last one, which is perfectly fine. That extra grunge gives it interesting details. I mean, there are days I purposely try to make that. Didn't exactly line it up even, but will work. And I didn't put anything on this. My mistake. Got all into and excited about lightening this one up. I did not put any stencil or anything down. But it's lighter. It's not horrible. Not exactly what I was going for, but it still is workable. It definitely is lighter. Sometimes I get all into my talking and forget what I'm doing, and there you go. Mistakes happen. Okay, well, we'll take some purple. We'll do purple in that bronzy color. See what we get. Need a little more paint. Not even worried about making it the same shade, because variations in your paint make interesting prints. And because we just lightened that up so much, I think I'm just going to throw some rubber bands on here. And pick up so you can see some of that we just put on. And yes, I remembered to put the rubber bands down. See, I don't like to edit out all my mistakes. We're people. I am far from perfect. Don't tell my husband. Because as far as he's concerned, I'm never wrong. Be sure to push down and get into all those little rubber bands. Now that's much better. See, we corrected my mistake. We ended up with a nice print. Okay, now let's go through and pull the rubber bands. And it might still be wet enough that we can pick up another print, hopefully. We're going to try to pull a print on that one that we had done part of a print on. And we'll do see, there are no mistakes in art. It's just an exciting side trip. We took a little mini adventure. A mini adventure on what you shouldn't do. Oopsie. didn't pick up much, but we'll see if this picks up any. Yeah, we picked up a little on this. All right, well, that's going to conclude my video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back. Look forward to seeing you again. Well, you seeing me again. And, like, subscribe, enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day.